Hey, can I show you something? See this photo? This is when I found out I got my first full-time job for after graduation. It was November 2017, and I finished school in December of 2017. So if you want to know how you can get your first full-time job before you even walk across the stage, keep watching.
Hey, what's up? My name is Whitney. I have many passions. I call them my passionaplets, and career management's one of them.
When I was still in college, my number one goal was to find a job before graduating. Even though I had heard stories that people hadn't found a job before graduating, I was determined to make it happen. So when I sat down to create this episode, I said, okay, what things did I do that really had a significant part in me finding my job before graduating? After thinking about it, I came up with 5 things that I feel really helped me get my job before graduating college. If you're ready to learn 5 ways to find your first full-time job before graduating, hit that like button. Also, if you're new here and you want to keep learning the tips and tricks that helped me get 4 internships while I was in college and my full-time job, make sure you hit that subscribe button and let's dive in. So the first thing you want to do to set yourself up for success when looking for that first full-time job after graduation is making sure you have your resume and cover letter updated. If you're watching this video, I know you're so close to that finish line. You are about to graduate and it's such an exciting time. Hopefully at this point you've had 1 to 3 internships. You know you've taken tons of courses that have well versed you in the industry that you want to work in. And you want to make sure you're communicating all of that experience and time spent learning on your resume and cover letter. When it comes to updating your resume for these jobs for after college, the key things you want to include are the expected graduation date as well as the college you're going to. With this on your resume, you're communicating right away, hey, I'm about to graduate in May or I'm about to graduate in December. This is when I'm done, so I'll be able to start working at this point in time. The other thing that you want to mention is the degree that you're going to be obtaining. You want to make sure you're communicating that to them right away so that they don't have to guess. That's another box checked on their list when it comes to what they want the new employee to have. The last thing you want to make sure you're communicating on your updated resume, if you can, is your GPA. I think a good rule of thumb when it comes to listing your GPA on your resume is 3.0 or higher. If your overall GPA isn't that, then you can put your major GPA. So while I had a 3.4 overall GPA, my major GPA was a 3.8, so that's what I put on my resume. When it comes to updating your cover letter for these new job applications, it's all about the intro. Items you want to make sure are included in the intro of that cover letter are your expected graduation date, the college you're going to, your GPA if you can feature it, and again, what degree you're going to be getting. Here's a quick look at what my resume and cover letter looked like when I was applying for jobs. If you need more help with how to write your cover letter, I actually made an entire video on how to write a cover letter. I'll be linking it up here and down below, so make sure you check that out if you need more help. The second thing you can be doing to help find your first full-time job before graduating is start looking like really early, like really, really early. Okay, so you don't want to start too early. That's something I definitely did. As I said earlier, I finished my degree in December of 2017, but I was applying for jobs in August. As ambitious as that was, I really didn't start seeing interviews start coming through, like people saying, hey, we want to bring you in, until October. So my rule of thumb when it comes to applying for jobs in most industries is to start applying 2 to 2.5 months before you're due to graduate. And while we're talking about searching for jobs, what jobs are you looking for? I want to know. So make sure you comment the job or the industry that you're trying to get into before you graduate in the comments below, and I'm going to be replying to them. The other thing you can be doing to find your first full-time job before graduating, number 3, is pitching yourself. Something I've helped my friends do in the past when they were looking for jobs or internships is help pitch themselves. So what I would do is I would look specifically, we're going to get really deep right now. What I would do is go on LinkedIn and I would find people that pursued the same degree as my friends from the same school. Then I would look at where they were working at. And then we would email those places saying, hey, my name is so-and-so. I'm pursuing a degree at this school. I'm expected to graduate at this time. And I was wondering if you had any open positions for new graduates. Doing that method actually helped one of my friends get an internship opportunity. So don't be afraid to pitch yourself. If you want a further breakdown of how to pitch yourself to potential companies, including kind of the method I just talked about, as well as programs you can use to find the hiring managers at these places, check the description of this video. I'm putting a link that'll have pitch yourself next to it. You can download my step-by-step process on how to do this for yourself. The fourth thing that you could be doing to find your first full-time job before graduating is eat, sleep, and breathe applying. Whenever I start something, I kind of go all in and I'm like, whatever it is, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it the most. So when I was first applying to jobs, I was applying like crazy. Every moment that I had that was free, I was applying places. And sometimes I was even applying when I should have been probably watching what was going on in class, but you know what? I was determined. It is what it is. I finished, I got my degree. Anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is any free moment that you do have, you should be applying. If you really want this job, you can't let the opportunity pass itself up. I've seen applications go up one day and literally be pulled down the next day or 2 days later. So think about if you're just like, oh, I'm gonna take a day, like there could be that opportunity and you might miss it. So while I am all for like taking a break, even if you check, I think checking once a day is totally doable. Looking on Indeed or Glassdoor, LinkedIn, and saying, okay, what jobs do I fit for the most? Copying and pasting the links into a document, and then when you have some time later in the day, applying. The other thing I want to mention with this category is if you are applying, and you're not hearing anything back, do not let that discourage you, because I know it's so hard. You're just like, man, I really want this job. You should keep applying. It's hard. I experienced it and it was really hard to have to sit there, and I went on a couple of different interviews and I didn't get it right away, and I was starting to feel really discouraged. But then that silver lining, that light at the end of the tunnel, it came for me, and I just want to communicate how great that felt, and how if I had given up or had let the discouraging feelings take over me, I wouldn't have gotten the job that I have today and that I still have today. So if you need somebody to tell you not to get discouraged, hi, hello, my name is Whitney Singleton, and I'm telling you, do not get discouraged by not hearing back right away. The fifth and final thing that you can be doing to get your first full-time job before graduating is posting about it on LinkedIn. Hopefully by now you are on LinkedIn, and if you're not, you really should be. And all I'm gonna say is I have a video about it, and I'll link it up here and I'll link it down here. Using LinkedIn to make a big statement like, hey, I'm looking for jobs, can actually have a really positive impact on your job search. Hopefully throughout your career you've connected with hiring managers, people you've interviewed with, people that you worked with or interned with, and you have all these connections now that you've gotten throughout your entire college career. If you took the time to do that, it's gonna be really powerful, because as a marketer, and I know this because I work with LinkedIn and social media on a daily basis for work, the reach on LinkedIn is unbelievable. You can put a post on LinkedIn, and basically if a couple of people like it in a short amount of time when you first post it, LinkedIn's gonna say, wow, this is a really good post. Let's push that out to his or her connections. And if those people see it and they're like, wow, this is a really cool post, their connections are gonna see it, and so on and so forth. And you can truly get to a point where you have thousands of views on your post on LinkedIn. Depending on how creative you get with the post, maybe you write a really nice blurb about your time in college, how excited you are to find a full-time job, along with a picture or a video of some sorts. That's really gonna stand out to people and resonate with people, which will cause it to get likes, which will cause it to spread to all those connections feeds, and then somebody could see it and either offer you a job, recommend you for a job based on what you're getting your degree in, and that could truly help you land your first job. So guys, those are my 5 ways to find your first full-time job before graduating. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you learned something new, let me know about it. Comment below what you learned that was new and why you liked it. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and share this with a friend who's also looking for their first full-time job or will be within the next year. And make sure you're subscribed to my channel so that we can keep talking about how you can survive college, secure the job you want, and kill it in your career. If you want to know what I do outside of YouTube, make sure you're following me on social media. My Instagram and Twitter is at Keep Up With Me. And I even have a TikTok now because I'm honestly obsessed with it. And you can find me there as Keep Up With Me 1 because I guess somebody else took up Keep Up With Me. So Keep Up With Me 1. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.